Today we're going to be looking at the Henry Big Boy, and this one is in 357 Magnum 38 Special. This is the carbine version of the Big Boy, so it's a little bit shorter barrel than the full length gun, but it's also got the big loop on it here to make it easier when you're wearing gloves or something like that, to be able to rack the receiver and cock the gun with the lever with that bigger loop. Now these guns are fun to shoot. Lever action guns are a lot of fun, and they've been around a long time. So we're going to shoot some 38 Special ammunition, as well as some 357 Magnum, to see how much difference you can feel between the two gun calibers. But with this gun being brass receiver and walnut stock, it's a pretty heavy gun, and this one's got the octagon shaped bull barrel on it, so it's a pretty heavy gun. So neither one of these rounds actually have a whole lot of recoil with them in this gun, but let's take a look at it and see how she shoots. Now, with the traditional Henry rifles, you pull out the loading tube, and it has the gate right here that you can drop the cartridges in and load them into the feed tube. Some of the newer models of Henry, they've come out now with the side loading gate, so that you can load either with the feed tube here, or you can put them in the side of the receiver. But this one is one of the older model Henrys, so it's just the standard feed tube here. So let's load up some, we'll use some 38 Special first. And this one holds 7 rounds. Then you just put the tube back in, rotate it, and lock it back up in the little detent that's here on the end of the feed tube to be able to lock the feed tube in place. And then the sights on this one are what they call the semi buckhorn type sights. It's got the adjustable sight here in the back. You can adjust it for elevation, and then it's got the brass bead up front to be able to sight everything in with that. So let's go ahead and shoot it a little bit and see how she does. So just pull the lever down to open up the chamber, and then pull it back to lock everything back in place. That cocks the hammer back, and you're ready to go. And you can quickly go through 7 rounds shooting this thing. Now, as you can see, when we're shooting, you just open up the receiver with the lever and then cock it back. You don't have to drop the gun down when you cock it. You can just keep it up to your shoulder and cycle the lever and the trigger as you're shooting the gun. So it's this thing's a lot of fun to shoot, and I wasn't going for real high accuracy there. There's just doing a little fun shooting, but we'll shoot it again and try to keep it more on target, shoot it a little bit slower, and see how we do with that one. Now, the one thing that you want to make sure of when you're loading the Henry, since the feed tube is right here at the end of the barrel, you don't want to load the gun if you've got the hammer cocked back, especially if there's anything in the chamber. You want to make sure that the chamber's clear or it's even open before you load anything into the gun, because if that gun goes off and your hand's down here at the end of the barrel, it'd be a very bad situation for you. So let's get it loaded up with some more.
So it was empty when you were putting the hand on the end of it, right?
Yes, it was empty. I just opened up the receiver and there was nothing in there. Okay. Now she's loaded. We'll cock it and get the next round in there. And now we'll go for a little more accuracy, do a little slower shooting. Okay, so with the 38 Special, there's no recoil whatsoever when you're shooting this gun. It's very easy to shoot, no kick or anything with the gun. This gun has got enough weight to it that it is very stable and it doesn't kick at all. It's just got a brass butt plate on it there, but with no more recoil than this thing has, you don't need a soft butt plate on it because it's not kicking against your shoulder at all. So now let's put a little bit of 357 Magnum in there and see how it's going to do with the 357 Magnum. Okay, so this is some 125 grain 357 Magnum, and the 38 Special was also 125 grain. So let's see if there's any difference in recoil between the two rounds.
From over here.
Yeah, the 357's got a little more punch to it. Okay, with that last round there, what happened on it is I didn't fully open up the with the lever into the cylinder, so it didn't let the round get up into the with the lift in place enough, and it kind of jammed down into the feed ramp in the chamber. So always make sure that you open up the lever all the way instead of short stroking it a little bit, and then you don't have that issue. But let's shoot a little bit more of the 357. So you could see that the 357 had more recoil than the 38 Special did, but it's still very manageable. Doesn't kick that bad, even with the 357 with the full power load. So very comfortable to shoot this gun, and it's a lot of fun. I really like shooting the lever action guns there. It's really very nice to shoot these things. So let's shoot some more. Well, it's just that last round is not wanting to catch very well. Okay.
How long have you had this gun?
I've had this one a couple years now. It's really I hadn't had any. Well, I did have one problem with this gun. The extractor actually broke on it. It popped off, so it wasn't pulling the rounds back out of the chamber. I sent it back to Henry. Then they fixed it without any problems. It was still under warranty at the time, but they were very good to work with. They took care of the gun, got it fixed, and sent it back to me without any problems. Henry's a great company to deal with. All these guns are made in the USA, so they support the Second Amendment very strongly. Henry is a great company. They do a lot to keep the Second Amendment very strong. So we're going to swap out targets and get rid of the paper and shoot a little steel with this thing, see how it sounds. I've got some 38 Special loaded up, and we're going to be shooting at the steel targets down here. So let's have some fun. Yep, a little high on that one. Well, going above them a little bit there. Got to get the aim back down a little bit. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, we've got some 357 Magnum loaded up, and let's shoot some steel with it, see if it makes any louder ring. Makes a louder boom. Okay, so just gotta keep it down a little bit. Let that sight get a little bit high. That's a 6-inch steel target on the left and an 8-inch steel target on the right, and those are set at about 20 yards out there. So let's hit it one more time. Trying to cycle too fast. Okay guys, if you've ever wondered what a 124 grain bullet looks like once it hits a steel plate, that's it. That's all that's left of them. You can see the bottom of the bullet right there. That's the where the jacket was wrapped around the bullet, and then it was a soft nose lead bullet. So it's just mushroomed out completely, and that's all that's left of it. These two are just a couple of fragments that were left off of the bullet, but you can see the bottom of the bullet there. That's the brass piece that you see shining right there. That's just the copper jacket. That's all that's left of it once it hits that steel plate out there on the range. The gun shoots really easy, doesn't have a whole lot of recoil to it. So if you want a nice lever action gun to shoot, and it's tapped up top, so if you want to put a scope on it to hunt with, it'd be a real good gun to hunt with. Now you'd want to go with something other than 357 or 38 special for a hunting round. Go with one of the big boys in something like 30-30 or the 45-70 if you're going to be doing any hunting with it instead of one of the pistol caliber rounds. But this one's a lot of fun to shoot. It's a great gun. Henry's a great company. And of the rifles that I've got that my daughter has shot, she really likes the Henry. It gets a thumbs up from her as well. So check out doubleeaglegunworks.com for more information, and like and subscribe down at the bottom. Talk to you later.